Metahuman Animator is the name of the tools in Unreal that allows you to capture facial performance and apply it to metahuman characters. There's been an update to Metahuman Animator in version 5.6, which is significant. Previously, the Metahuman Animator required an iPhone to be used in order to record depth information. Now in 5.6, this is no longer needed. That means you can use other video sources. It does no longer need to be an iPhone, and it can be any pre-recorded video. This means you can take any video clip containing a face and use it to drive animation. So in this video, we're going to look at how to get Metahuman Animator working with an existing video clip. And we're also going to look at how we can export this animation to be used on any advanced skeleton face rig. And here are some examples of what we can do with that.
The B, it's M to the B, it's M, 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 M to the B, it's M to the B, it's M to the B, bang.
So to create this, first of all, we got to make sure we have Unreal 5.6. And in the options, we got to make sure we got Metahuman Creator Core Data on. We're also going to want to download one plugin, which you can find in the Fab Marketplace library. It's called the Metahuman Animator Depth Processing plugin. You can find this on the Fab store, and you can install it to the engine. And let's go ahead and start a new project and choose the third person template. Then in the plugin section, we're going to search for Metahuman. And we're going to make sure Metahuman Cortex is on. And we're also going to turn on Metahuman Animator and the Metahuman Animator Depth Processing. All right, before we continue in here, we're going to need to get ourselves a video clip to work with. And for that, what I'm going to do is jump over to TikTok. And let's grab this clip, which is one of the most famous clips on TikTok.
M to the B, it's M to the B, it's M to the B, bang.
And in TikTok, it's fairly easy to download the video. You just right click and say download video. All right, now back to Unreal. Let's make a folder. And then we're going to go to the tools section and choose Live Link Hub. And in the Live Link Hub, we're going to switch where it says live data. We're going to swap that over to Capture Manager. We're going to add device, and we're going to choose a mono video ingest. And that lets us choose a directory. And for that, we're going to choose the folder on the desktop. There's the clip. We select the clip, add it to queue. And it's here in the queue, so we'll hit start. All right, that's complete. We can close this window now. Next, we are going to want to right click and create a new Metahuman performance. And we'll call this Bella. Now we open that up. And in here, we can choose our footage. By default, it says depth footage. That's not what we have. We have a monocular footage. So we choose our clip. Then we're going to want to have a Metahuman here to apply the preview to. Since we don't have any Metahuman in our scene at the moment, we'll close this, go out here, make ourselves a new Metahuman identity and open that up and choose create from footage and choose the same footage. Now we'll jump back into our Metahuman performance, and now we can choose the Metahuman identity that we created. And at this point, we'll click the button here called Process. And to check the result, we hit play.
It's M to the B, it's M, 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 M to the B, it's M to the B, it's M to the B, bang.
And that looks good. So far, so good. Now we're going to look at getting this animation exported and we're going to bring it in to Maya and apply it to a advanced skeleton character. So the next button we're going to hit here, we're going to use this called Export Animation. Save that, and it's going to need a target skeleton. We'll choose our Metahuman identity and hit Create and close this window. And we can now see that we here have the animation sequence. We'll right click on that and say Asset Action Export, and we're going to save that out as an FBX file in that same folder. And at this point, I'm going to show you something that's going to be important for later. And that if you roll over the clip, you can see it says the source frame rate on this clip is 29.97. That's going to be important that we set the same frame rate in Maya to get the proper result. All right, then we are also going to want to get that sound clip into Maya. And to get the sound out of that video clip, we can just use Unreal, because the Capture Manager has already separated out a sound clip here. So we can open that folder that's been created here called Capture Manager. Under Imports, we will find our clip is here, and there's our sound clip. So we can just go and choose to export this as well. All right, so in our folder here now, we have the original video clip, we have the sound only, and we have the FBX file of the exported animation. Now we will open Maya and open Advanced Skeleton, and let's choose a demo character. We will choose Clary, open. And at this point, let's make sure the frame rate is going to match. In this case, it was 29.97. Next, we'll see that the Metahuman Animator function that allows us to use that FBX is here in the selector. Under the Anim menu is Metahuman Animator. This is the tool. Now, in order for that to work, we are going to need to make a change to this face setup, which is done in here in the face section. Under Tweaks, there's a button here that says Add a Metahuman Control Panel. And this has now replaced the face setup with the Metahuman style controllers. Then we will simply drag and drop to get our sound clip in. There's our sound clip. We can expand the timeline to be the length of the clip. And then drag and drop to get the FBX in. And now we go to the Anim menu under Metahuman Animator and click Connect Face Animation. And we can hit play. And we can choose if we want to also include the head rotation. And there's an option here if you want to connect the head translation. And if you want to apply any offsets, you can easily do so. Like, for example, on the head here, if you select the FK head controller and hit the up key to get the extra controller, you can now easily apply an offset to the head rotation. And that's it. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.